Hello, I'm Finola Burke from RaaS, and today I'm catching up with Greg Bader, the CEO of rent.com.au, ASX ticker RNT. Thanks for joining me, Greg.
Finola, great to chat again.
Big news today. You've just announced a fully underwritten rights issue to raise $2.9 million at 4 cents a share, which is at a premium to your last share price, and that's to accelerate the rollout of RentPay with a significant endorsement from your largest shareholder, Bevan Slattery, who's sub-underwriting $1 million of this issue. What will this rights issue do for RentPay?
Yeah, so we've got RentPay to a point now, and the big one over the last quarter was implementing the bill smoothing feature in partnership with Origin. So we've got RentPay to a point now where it satisfies all the technical requirements we're trying to solve around time and value shifting. We've got the score builder, which does the credit score component. And, once again, our mission with RentPay is to put that rent money to work. So the inclusion of score builder was huge. That's, quite literally, you're getting a $5 back simply for doing something that renters are bloody good at, which is paying regular payments. I don't think you'll be able to consume electricity and gas in this country cheaper than through this product. And it comes at a time when cost of living is top of mind. We've just had the budget. We've seen in the press the predictions of where energy prices could go. So this is a fantastic component to RentPay. What's good about it is that it makes sense for all parties. Origin, our partner, obviously gets a benefit by from a cash flow perspective, etc. The customer gets a benefit, and we get a benefit. So it just, there's a lot of work bringing it together, not just technically, but commercially. So really proud of getting that out the door. So now we feel we've got a strong marketable proposition for RentPay, and that's what we want to take to market. Now we're still developing RentPay. There's one of the opportunities / challenges / frustrations we have is that the banking rails in Australia are still developing, and we're not quite there yet. So you'll see us in the next couple of weeks or next few weeks bring in instant payments on the inbound side. We already have it on the outbound side. That'll be manual to start with, and unfortunately, we're probably 6 to 12 months away from it being a fully scheduled instant money moving everywhere. But that's the holy grail. So, yeah, look, we just the cash is great. It allows us to plan, prepare. We all know in our market it's very cyclic. So January, February are our biggest months. So getting everything ready for that, and it's great. It has been a strong quarter. We slightly down on year. Products performed well. Where we softened a little was on our advertising side. That's a function. Interestingly, it's a function of a bit of heat coming out of the property market, but more so the skill shortage we're seeing with a lot of our prime advertisers in the building industry. And many of them are just closing down their sales funnels to just focus on completing what they already have in their pipelines. So we expect those guys to come back on stream. And as we've mentioned in the quarterly, we're conscious of that from a mitigation point of view. We've hired a new staff member into Sydney, fairly new, but they'll start to come up to speed pretty quickly. And we're looking to diversify our portfolio of advertisers.
You did mention that the revenue came off a little bit in Q1. Does that give you any cause for concern, given it is from broader economic conditions affecting advertising revenue?
So, as people know, we revenue comes from two prime sources: advertising and products. We're still sitting at record low levels from a properties available point of view. I mean, we're less than 50,000 properties available nationally, 2,000 in WA. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy times. So what we're finding is that the process of moving is becoming a lot more competitive. So those products that help people get into houses, Rent Check being an obvious one, doing really well. Rent Connect's holding its own. In the quarter, we transitioned to Origin, so there was a change over there. Rent Bond's about flat. So that's primarily because we're seeing slightly less movement, but we're working with our partner on that. Our Rent Bond product's the biggest and best in the market from a feature functionality point of view. So there's a real opportunity to take that product away from it just being a unsecured loan to a convenience type product. So that's something we're working on. And then the advertising. So our advertising is a large part of our revenue. Like anybody else, I would love to have the revenue behind me that I didn't require advertising, but right now we're sensitive to it. So our best mitigation there is to diversify. I mean, we have great exclusive partnerships. Optus is a big partner of ours. So it's just a matter of finding a couple opportunities in there. And I think some of the work we're doing on RentPay, especially around our next generation products and the personal favourite of mine around the mortgage lending side of it, I think that'll naturally partner into new advertisers on the rent side of things as well.
Right. And now with that bill smoothing feature now available to RentPay customers, what can we expect from this business over the coming quarters?
So it will be. So we've done a lot of work in segmenting our base. So we know the predominant persona types in every suburb in Australia. We know where our customers are. We know where our properties are. So over the last few months, what we've been doing is playing around with different messaging to suit different groups of renters, and that's getting us some really strong results. It makes sense. It's common sense, but right message to the right people. So you'll see the $5 off to save $260 a year more prominently to people that are probably a little price sensitive or looking to save a few dollars. For those more looking to move into their next property, obviously Score Builder and those sort of products help there. And then for the people that are just wanting that flexibility lifestyle, some of the core functions around you taking control and whatnot are there. So different messages, but look, bill smoothing will be a large part of our message. Use RentPay, you will save money. Plus, you'll build your financial standing. You'll have inherent flexibility. It becomes a kind of a no-brainer proposition, and that's our mission. We want to be the default payments platform in this country. Early days, of course, and our numbers we're at less than 1% market, and that's our focus, is to grow that base. What's also interesting is a lot of the marketing we're doing is also very much an awareness and education piece as well. And we're having conversations with current partners and future partners that we probably couldn't have those conversations a few months ago. So, I look forward to, I guess, widening the scope and the channel opportunities for RentPay as we go forward.
Well, Greg, I'm looking forward to catching up with you again over the course of FY23 to see how things are progressing with rent.com.au and its RentPay business. Thank you for joining us today.